This
I've been
conference will now be recorded.
I've been associated with one of the MNC since last 14 years.
Okay, okay, very good. So you are now in fully in FI. Okay, do you able to do anything in SAP Open Text Vim in your
Yeah,
company?
yeah. We in our project we have a open text implemented. So, but we have a separate consultant for that. So, I
Okay,
be
very
I'm
good,
close.
very good.
Yeah, I'm closely working with him. So, I am also interested to learn Vim.
Okay, thank you, thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
Next,
Hey
Sankar.
all, my
Okay,
okay, Pankaj. My name is Manny. I'm a SAP FICO consultant. I have been working as in SAP FICO for the last 7 years or so. And recently, our company has implemented Vim. I mean, actually, they are in process of implementing Vim, so I want to learn about it.
okay,
But we are implementing S4 HANA on a private cloud. So
okay.
does it make any difference? Like you going to teach us Vim on ECC, right?
Uh, doesn't actually, it's S for HANA and ECC, the main core part is same. Only S for HANA, it use the S for HANA technology, CDS, view, all these things. It's totally a technical
Hmm.
part. Okay, but in if you go to the UX, user interface, and the
Hmm.
functional configurations are same. If
Okay.
somebody now it's able to the if you know that him now supported portal to approve the invoice, okay, in PO and
Hmm.
also for PO, so that's actually can be used now in Fiori. I think you all heard Fiori about SAP new technology.
Oh, yeah, Pip. I've used Fury apps as well. And last question,
Yeah,
sorry guys.
Fiori apps. Okay. Yeah.
Hmm.
That is
But
also in cloud based and also can be in premises.
okay, and this training will be more on implementation, right? Config the
Yeah,
Vim.
more on actually, I will go through because
Yeah,
that's why
sure.
I want to know
Hmm.
that how much you know about SAP. If you are all and Hari both are FICO consultants, so it will be easier for you because you know the functionality of the FI part. Because Vim actually I will tell you first. I
Yeah, sure.
just need to
Okay,
know.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, sure. Thank you.
Next.
Hey, hi, sir. Good morning. This is Shankar, and my graduation is from B Civil Engineering. So I'm completely new for this technology. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
willing to learn. I'm willing to learn the SAP, and that to some of my friends referred to Vim, and I
Mm-hmm.
think it's good to go. So going forward, I will be learning.
Okay, great. Do you have any experience or knowledge about SAP or any part ABAP or FI or any anything?
No, like I have heard the modules like SAP, MM, FICO, and PPSD and everything, and even Vim also. So like
Mm-hmm.
Vim is very good in in technology. So I
Mm-hmm.
just wanted to learn. Like it's completely new
Oh,
for me.
okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Next, I can see Chakrapani Sahu. Okay. Hello. Hello? Can you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, it's message actually.
Chakrapani, can you please unmute? Okay, okay, okay. Thank you, thank you. Chakrapani Sahu cannot able to actually speak due to his mic problem. But you able to hear me, correct? That's it's more important. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. So most of the peoples are FICO consultant. Okay, Harati, can you please introduce yourself? I can see Manish Singh. Okay, we are about to start, but before that, we are just introducing ourselves so we know where we are. So I can able to start from there. Can you please introduce yourself if you have done issue? Otherwise, I will start the training. Subbu,
Yeah, tell me, Pankaj.
so should I start or can you please ping them so they can introduce? So
Almost you can
I'm
done. So one more lady can join. Bharati. You can ask her, then you can start the section.
now another I can see Mani Singh and Harati now is there.
Yeah, yeah, I did introduce myself earlier.
Oh,
Mansingh already introduced her.
okay, okay, yeah. Harati may be new, correct?
Yeah, hi.
Yeah. Tell me something about you, how your professional, do you fresher or you already worked in some SAP modules or something like that?
Yeah, I'm working in Cognizant Technology Solutions from last 2.5 years, and I
Mm-hmm.
am working in SAP Vim project from last 2 years.
Okay,
My
okay.
first,
Very good, very good. Great. You have some experience in SAP Vim.
yes, yes.
Ah, okay. So, okay. So we know that you all are actually professional and you are working in SAP. Some are from 14 years. Now I am introduce myself. I am working in SAP for last 24 years, okay, in different modules from mainly I have started my career as a technical person, then I moved to as a techno-functional and now in Vim I am working from last 15 years, okay. I am from design to implement to technical things to UAT, UAT training. You know, in any project we have to do all these things. So I am actually in a project do all these kind of things. So this is my professional experience. Now I will tell something about Vim. What is Vim? First, you need to know why Vim is used. What is the purpose? So then we will go step by step to learn the Vim. So you will able to understand and you can work or you can configure or you can support any Vim project. So Vim, this is actually started in 2000. That time it's not with OpenText, some other company in Canada. After that, it's actually merged in OpenText. Then it started. I am working from Vim from 5.5. Now it is 7.6. SV6 is the current versions, and in Vim we have different things. Only not in SAP. I think in you already know that in Vim I how I can share my PPT where it is. Subbu, can you please guide? Share. Can you able to see my screen?
Yeah, we are able to.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. If you have any doubt, any moment, you just tell me. Okay, you just stop me and can ask questions any moment. Okay. So this is the main diagram of the Vim. In Vim, we have different server. Suppose first you need to know how Vim process from starting to end. Suppose Vim is a vendor invoice management. So it's only dealt with the invoice. When Vim is not there in SAP, the user need to put all the data into Vim, SAP. Then they need to actually there is different steps are there. FICO consultants, maybe you two or three are already know that. First, we need to create the PO or PR. Then, if it is PR is approved, then we need to create PO. That PO we send to vendor. Then vendor actually just send us the goods or service. Then we actually do the sorry, in SAP we need to do the GR. GR means nothing. We accept that we products are delivered into our plant or our any place, plant, suppose, okay, warehouse. So that is the GR. Then we vendor send the invoice to us. Then we have to check that we need to match that what is deliver, what is actually the rate, all these things. Then using SAP transactions, we need to post. Then the payment run will be actually executed in background or foreground. You know all these things. Then it will be paid to vendor. Now all these process are combined in Vim. Got it? Hello? If you don't actually answer, then it will be very hard for me that I am in able to give you all the informations, or if you have any issue, you please either say yes, okay, like this. So it will be good for me. So got my point. What is the SAP process?
Oh, yep.
Those who are
Subbu.
actually not use still actually use in or working in SAP, for those candidates I am asking this. Got it or not? What is the SAP process to actually from procure to pay? This is called P2P, procure to pay. Procure to means we need to procure something, then we need to pay to that particular supplier or vendor. That process I already described. Now, in Vim, how it is combined in Vim to do all these things automatically. No manual interventions is needed. So, that's actually the purpose of the open text Vim. Got it? Now,
Yes, Pankaj.
okay, thank you. So in Vim architecture, what is used here? Suppose first vendor send an invoice. So for audit issue, for legal issue, we need to store in some place. So after 1 year or 2 years, suppose it is legal. For some country, we need to store it up to 3 years or 4 years or 2 years. So we need to store it some our different storage system. So in Vim, we use that. That means we need to archive the invoice in somewhere. So for this purpose, we need some archive server. So first Vim, when the invoice is sent to us, then its actually first step is archive. First, when we receive the electronic or scanning, or there are multiple actually channel is there. Okay, I will tell you details. What is the different channels are there? How we can configure? All are there. But first, you need to know what is the process, different process of the Vim. So first, it need to archive in our server. That server need to be connected from SAP, because vendor sending invoice either in paper format or in email or something else. Okay, so that call is channel. Suppose one vendor is sending invoice, then first step we need to archive that. So first step it's archive. Next step, how will suppose a vendor send a invoice in PDF format. So how we will actually read all these PDF informations? For this, Vim is used OCR. You know, the full form of the OCR is optical character recognition. Do you have heard this? We have another things also there, MICR, that is used for reading the information from a bank check. But here MICR is not used. MICR is used in different actually technology. I think we are not that is not in our topic, but OCR used here to just read all the information from a file. That file could be a PDF format or TIFF format or ZIP, any kind of format is supported by Vim. So if you see that first we receive the invoice, look, first we receive the invoice either by scan or by import or by email or by any kind of informations. Okay, then it's actually first archive. Next stage is it's need to read the data. This is the OCR part, to read the data. How OCR is connected to SAP? OCR currently in open text, OCR is a different server. That's actually Windows based server. We need to install a OCR server in different server. That's need to be configured to our SAP
So,
system.
Pankaj, sorry to interrupt you here.
Yeah,
Let's
yes,
say we want to say use some archive.
yes.
Has their own archiving system, server, right? SAP content
Sorry,
server,
I
and over there,
sorry.
do we need to do some?
Tell me.
Can you guys
I
hear me?
can.
Okay. So for archive, OpenText has their own archiving server available as well.
Yeah. That is Ixos server. They have actually OpenText as different product.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like archive. Suppose some archive is not only used in vendor invoice management. Archive can be
Mm-hmm.
used in PO also, in other different its requirement. Any requirement we need a archive server, and the
Mm-hmm.
file system which store all these files to the DB, database management. Okay, so OpenText provide this archive things also. So we can generally, when we buy Vim, then we generally use the OpenText Ixos archive server. But in market there are other archive products, server
Mm-hmm.
products also there. We can use also that. That is not a
Yeah.
issue.
Let's say if we go for SAP content server, and over there, do we need to do some customization to for Vim?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Suppose,
What? Yeah. Go
yeah,
ahead.
tell me.
Now, I was going to ask what type of customization exactly is it? Is it something we create doc types to save in those ones?
Suppose that's actually I can tell you in my detailed class. Suppose first you need to create a doc type here. That doc
Mm-hmm.
type need to be configured. Suppose you are actually already know something. That's why you are asking. First thing, the archive things need to be configured in archive server also.
Mm-hmm.
So it that is actually currently handshake there. We need some handshaking by some licensing, correct?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yep.
So from SAP, when we send file to archive server should accept it. If the handshaking is not done properly, then it will reject, and you will get some error in our SAP system. Suppose someone sending invoice through email. So first process we already configured, it will register, then it will try to archive into the archive server. Now the
Mm-hmm.
handshaking is not done correctly or configuration is not done correctly, then it will throw error message and our process will stop there because it's not able to archive the invoice in archive server. For that, we need to first configure from SAP to archive server. So it should actually handshake properly. For this
Mm-hmm.
step, we have different decode or different configurations we need to do in our SAP system. Generally, archive server is not part of. Suppose if you are a FICO Vim consultant, so
Yep. Yep.
no, okay, so you don't need to bother about the archive server. But if you want to know that, that's okay. But in every company, because this is the part of the server process, so there are different consultant is there who actually install this archive server, upgrade this archive server, because when we started it's 16.1, now it is 23.2 Ixos archive
Mm-hmm.
server. Currently OpenText are now in patching. So all this part we are not actually responsible for that. Different team are there to manage this
Mm-hmm.
OCR server, this archive server, but we are the middlemen. So we have to know about this, how this is actually working in Vim. Otherwise, we not able to find any issue that we need to contact the archive server persons. Look, your
Mm-hmm.
archive, this file is not getting archived there. There some issue is there. So they can check, they can check the log there, because some background jobs are already running in the
So
archive server. So all these details, if you know, I will discuss in the later class.
Okay, but this will be done mostly by the basis team, right?
The archive server, not basis teams. Okay, that is a
If we
totally different team, because that is not part of the SAP.
Yeah, because we are going to use SAP Content Server, and that's why I was asking you this question.
That is actually not our actually part, that we are not handling, because
Okay.
your role will be the Vim and FICO control consultant.
Yep. Yep.
So it will be good if you want to know, then you have to attached to the team and try to understand how they are actually installing all these things. But I think they will
Hmm.
not allow you to do anything in that particular server.
No, no, that's for sure. They won't let me touch the server.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
But you should know how the connections is established, because
Yep.
otherwise you not able to find. Suppose often we found that some user is actually just raising some incident. Okay, they will not able to know that what is the issue. You need to find what is the issue, then you need to contact the persons. Okay, and if you
Oh
are
yeah.
just like me, suppose I am working from last 14 years, I know. So some company give me the credential to log into the archive server, also the OCR server, so I can restart the OCR server, because I am working from 5.5. That time ICC is there. Then it's come to BCC. Now it is IC for SAP. So in ICC we have different technology to, because we can actually do coding in JavaScript in ICC and BCC. We can
Hmm.
do C hash coding in JavaScript in BCC. So if something is not working, OpenText give us the provide some exit, so we can write some code, so it should recognize. Suppose main challenges is there, to find the company code. How its OCS server find the company code?
Hmm.
Okay, the vendor, the other data. Now in Vim 7.6 SP4 and OCR IC4 SAP 23.2, it's include AI and ML.
Oh yeah.
You know about
Like
AI and
yeah.
well,
Like when I
artificial.
send yeah, like if I keep sending invoices, a particular vendor sends us invoice.
Hmm.
First time there might be an issue, and then machine it slowly learns. Okay, this is the vendor,
No, how
and
how it is. I
that I
am
don't
telling
know.
in details.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
But we will actually divert this. But I will
Hmm.
answer your questions first. Okay. Suppose we send some invoice first time. So
Hmm.
how this AI and ML is working behind? So it is working, suppose, in two part. First thing, with the suppose one particular vendor has particular invoice type, correct?
Yep.
Suppose vendor X, the structure of the invoice is same for that particular vendor. Only
Hmm.
the data are different. So how the machine learning and AI is working here? It's first try to remember whole structure, the position X and Y coordinates, from where it's pick up the PO, from where it's pick up the company code address, where is pick up the company code VAT ID, where it's pick up from supplier VAT ID. You know VAT ID? I think you
Yep.
all
Yep.
know. Uh,
Yep.
because according to, suppose first time it will not able to recognize, then we have, suppose some it's recognized, first time it's not recognized, then OpenText actually provide you a validation things. Validator will then manually select. I will actually, now I don't have the server, So I will next time I will show you how the validator validate the things. It will open two screen across. In left side, the data will be populated from, suppose in right side, the whole PDF will be open. Now you just go there and select the PO from there, then it's automatically transfer in the left hand screen the PO. Suppose PO is there. Now when we actually select that particular PO from the PDF invoice or TIP invoice, then it's remember the coordinate, which coordinate you are selecting. Correct?
Okay, on the say PDF, it can see, okay, is it on the left
Okay,
top
so
right side or lower
yeah,
left
yeah,
side?
yeah.
Got it.
Two screen is there. Left screen,
Uh-huh.
it will collect the data. In right screen, it will actually open the PDF or TIFF file. So validator needs to first select the PO, then
Mm-hmm.
it will copy the PO from the PDF to the Vim. All the data first they will train. Okay, then it will remember for those suppose supplier is 1 2 3. Now open text AI, what it will save all the coordinates of that particular supplier. Again some invoice came from that particular vendor, it will again, now the OCR server try to check some trained data already there or not. Suppose you have already trained, then it will try to search that particular coordinate that PO is there. If it find that PO, there are another, this is I'm telling only one thing, but this is not so simple. So many things are there. For that I need to go in details, but this is not the
Right
demo
class.
class.
No, no,
So
fair enough.
okay,
Yep, yep. I got it.
okay, because you know that in PO we have some PO range, number range, correct?
Yep, yep.
And that can be internal, external. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
correct. PO,
Yep, yep.
all number range are we actually there in the system. So it's also checking that while pick up any PO that it matches that SAP PO number range, it's falling in between that or not. If not, then it will not select. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Now, if I go detail, then suppose it will find three probable PO number. Suppose your number range is 1 to 5. You have set in our SAP systems. Okay, think about that. Now it will find some number 1, 2, 3 in the PDF invoice. It will select all these 1, 2, 3 and it will display you. Look, this is the most probable PO candidate. Now in validation, you need to first select the correct one, then it learn, okay, this is the PO. In next time when vendor sends any invoice, then it pick up the data, trained data from database and it's extracted data from PDF or TIFF. Got it?
Oh, yep, yep. Thank you, rather. Appreciate your answer and explanation.
Thank you, thank you. You are welcome. Now where we are there? Yeah. So all are okay with other people? Other guys are okay with that? Do you have any questions? Hello, brother. You need to speak up so I can able to understand that you are able to understand the what I am saying. Hello,
Yes, Pankaj.
Shankar, Hari.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now I because we are now you got where I am there. received, then it's first storing the invoice into archive server. You able to understand what is archive server? Archive server purpose, it don't be too much that it's so complex, not so complex, because first I am covering all the portions. When I will go in detail by detail, then you will think that is not so much complicated. Okay, but maybe in first class you have something that so many things. Yes, it's but not. I am also doing that. I am not a superman. I am like you. So if I can do, so you also can do. Correct. So first time it's storing the archive data in archive server. Next, it's next step is goes to OCR. I already told you about what is the actual purpose of the OCR. OCR only extracting the data from PDF or TIFF and passing data to our SAP Beam. That is only the purpose of OCR. Now in OCR, now look this thing, capture metadata from OCR. This is the OCR server. It's capture all the data from the PDF invoice. Suppose it's capture PO, vendor, date, invoice date, other data. Now it next step it should validate by someone. So all the data OCR is collected correctly or not. So next step, some validator, we assign some validator there. They can actually see this invoice and they will check. It will open. I already told you. In the right side, it will open the PDF invoice, and left side, all the data will be shown there. So it will then the validator will compare both the data are correct. If some data are not correct, then he just select in right side and correct all the data. Then he just when he just submit the button, that means he already validate the button. Then all the data will copy to SAP Beam. Got it? Any question?
Yeah, Pankaj, like who will be the using this OCR tool? Like we the consultant needs to.
No. It's already a server. Okay. We just need to configure the from Vim to OCR server. So suppose email coming through email configurations, we need to done. There are different channels are there. I will tell you. Suppose it's coming through email channel, invoice will be PDF invoice is there. So it's already configured. So first step it will register in Vim. Next step it will archive. Third step it will send to OCR for extractions. We don't need to do anything. Only need to
Okay.
configure first time. When it's already configured correctly, it will do automatically. We don't have to bother. When we bother,
Okay.
when something link failed or something is not working, then you need to go to details to find what and where is the issue.
Got it, Pankaj. Thank you.
Okay, fine. So somebody validate the data. Now in validations, when somebody validates some data, that means some OCR is not pick the correct data. So some validator validate the data means corrected some data. So it will store in OCR server. Actually in SAP server that okay, this is wrong. This is the machine learning. So it will learn next time. It will when the same invoice came into the systems, it will not actually do the same mistake again. It will rather what is corrected data will be pick up from the invoice. Got my point? This is the machine learning AI. Any question here? No. Good. So when it's somebody validate it, then it's passed to our Beam system. Look, transform the data. Now data are coming in raw format. Now Beam, suppose in SAP we have some structured, correct? Who actually, suppose structured means some, suppose first A, B, C, D like field. We have some SAP tables are there, like EKKO for PO. EKPO. EKKO means PO header data, and EKPO means PO line item data. So it's already predefined in SAP, because SAP is a package, whole package to run any business. So what we need to do, we need to convert the data, because Vim is an add-on package. Vim need to use the whole SAP functionality to post the data, and last pay the amount to the supplier. So we have to convert all the data to SAP format. So this is called the data mapping, because OCR extract the data in raw format. Then in the data mapping, we map the data as SAP understands. Suppose PO number, we need to convert to where? EBLN in EKKO. Got it? Because SAP only understand PO when we pass the data to EKKO EBLN field. Got it? Anybody has any doubt here? Hello, brother. Either you are not able to understanding, or you are able to understanding whole things. If you don't actually respond, then it's really hard for me. Okay. Someone actually just thumbs up. So I assume that you able to understand the whole things, because I am just simply telling how the Vim process. I am not telling in hard things. So actually in this word, that is data mapping, transformations. Okay, now it's transform the data in SAP format or Vim format, we can say. Now what is the next step? Suppose you just buy some product from some retail store. What will be your next step? First you will inspect that product is good or not. Then what you will check? You will check that the price is the correct price, or the retail vendor is asking more price. So we need to do some checking before actually buying and paying the amount. Correct or not? Correct. So
Yes.
next step, yes. So next step is these actually validations. What validations? Now is from OCR we have the data in SAP format. Now we have to check. Okay, with, because we already persons already created the PO. They have already received some goods in plant or in warehouse. So first we need to check all these things, that they price correctly, they already delivered the goods or not. So this is called the rules, business rules. Okay, what
So
him
Pankaj,
actually
sorry
give.
to interrupt you here.
Yes,
So
you
going
are
back to
welcome.
the, yeah, oh thanks.
Hmm?
So going back to the mapping, so you mean to say when we receive an invoice and the validation client, right, in OCR,
Hmm.
so we match everything, vendor number, vendor name, and then everything else is say company code. So
Yeah.
from there, do we need to have this mapping done, especially when we are implementing for the first time, where we need to match the field, provide the field
Yes,
name
yes, yes.
from
Yeah,
SAP?
good questions. Good question. I understood your question. Yes. Suppose OCR does not know about SAP.
Hmm.
OCR have some settings, okay, like PO number. It will take the PO number, all are character string. It will
Yeah.
having the vendor number. It will with all the PO lines item. Okay, line item means one item is for computer, second item for laptop, third item for monitor, fourth item for etc. Like that. So when it is validator validate the invoice, then
Hmm.
it's actually need to transform in our SAP data. So open text already provides some standard configurations. Okay. So you
Hmm.
need to, that is called data mapping. They
Oh, yep.
have some data mapping already provided, like IDOC. If you need to use IDOC, when I think you all know about the IDOC,
Yep, yep.
intermediate document. When SAP handshake with SAP, the IDOC we can use, or some other external system we can also use. So that kind of, suppose from data mapping means the raw data need to be converted into SAP or Vim format. That is called data mapping. OpenText already
Hmm.
provides some data mapping. So you can use that. But suppose every company has their customizations. Okay, you often will see that in vendor master we have some custom fields are there. In purchase order, in EKKO or EKPO, we have some data. Suppose in vendor LFA1, you will have some different custom fields are there. So for those, you need to do the mapping. So
Oh, yep,
you
yep. I
can
got
use
it.
the standard data mapping and added
Hmm.
those customizations there.
Okay.
It is clear?
Oh, yep, yep. Thank you.
You are welcome. So next step, where are we there? Data mapping. You got data mapping all. Next, verify validate data. Validate data means this is not same as the OCR validations. After OCR, someone validate the data. In OCR validations, what actually validated actually do? They just check that what is the in the PDF invoice that is correctly extracted or not. That is the purpose of the, after the OCR extraction, the validator validate the data are correctly extracted or not. But here you can see the validate data. What that means? That means it's set of rules. I already explained that when you buy something from any retail sorry, retailer or some vendor, then you actually check something, that product is okay, price is okay or not, the vendor has mentioned the uh, just wait a minute. Okay, so that's kind of checking is done in this validation data, correct? So that is called the business rule. What is some rule? Suppose if vendor does not provide correct PO number, then should we process the invoice or not? You tell me.
No, it
Vendor
goes into
actually,
an exception.
yeah, then we will not go forward and pay the invoice. Rather, since vendor incorrectly provide the PO number, we will stop there and Vim will do some exception. So that will stop here. Now we have some role settings in the Vim. Suppose that role is called AP processor, different role nothing. Role means a group, just like now we are a group for Vim, another group for another group for FI, another group for ABAP, another group for Microsoft SharePoint, like that role, nothing but that. So we can decide which role it will take care. Suppose PO is not there, then we will set to Vim role created there or role created there, that person. Now one role, just like in our Vim training, we have 6, 7, 8 persons. That role will be assigned all these persons. So any one of these persons can check, okay, vendor doesn't provide the correct PO number. Either he contact the vendor, look, he can actually reject the invoice, and obsolete means it's reject whole invoice and ask vendor to send the invoice again with correct PO number. Got it? Or what he can do, he check with vendor and ask the correct PO number, and he can actually enter the correct PO number and process the invoice. So it's totally depends on that particular person's discretion. Got it? Any questions?
Yeah, I have one more question. So
Yeah, sure.
related, oh, thanks. So related to the exceptions, let's say we are going to implement Cebrix, which is like Vertex. So
Vertex, yes,
where,
yes.
yeah,
For
where
US,
does,
for US.
oh, yep, for US. So where does this tax code, like ideally tax code comes from PO, right? In or
Yes.
for a non-PO, we enter that manually, FB60. But let's say in Vim, where does it call vertex for the tax code or tax amount?
Hmm.
Can you explain that?
Look,
Let's say vendor sends us an invoice.
yes, yes. But yeah, you are asking, I think you know the Vim and using the Vim. Okay. Now, Vertex, for whole pupils, I should explain. Now, just like India, we have GST, correct or not? What is the GST? GST is nothing but a tax. When we buy some product, we need to pay some tax to government, and that can be divided by state or central government. Two tax are there. Just like for USA, there are some tax provisions are there. Now in we Bhim need to resolve that actually tax, because in India also we have different tax percentage for different product. Correct or not? Okay, just like for different country, they have different tax procedure. Now, what is Mani is asking, that Vertex is one, it's another add-on product, another add-on product. That means it's used to calculate the tax, whole tax. What is the tax? What all this? Someone is left. All this tax procedure in the Vertex. So Mani is asking how it is calculate the tax percentage, tax details. So in Vim there is a options to determine the tax procedure. It can be different types, just like we can use the SAP tax procedure and configure it. We can use the open text tax, some tables are there. We need to define the company code, different things, and the tax percentage and the tax code. So it will take from there. And here Mani is asking that company, particular company, is using the Vertex. So Vertex has different tax procedure. So it will call the Vertex tax engine, and it will fetch all the tax tax amount and also the tax code. Correct, Mani?
Yeah, that's
So
what it
that,
does. I mean, ideally, it
yes, yes.
sends us the
So
text amount.
we don't have to do anything in Vim. We just need to configure that it should call the Vertex tax engine
Uh-huh.
using SAP.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so for Vertex things, we don't need to do anything. It will automatically take care by SAP because OpenText have the configuration to determine the tax from using SAP logic. So when you actually FB60 or Miro using transactions, it will
Hmm.
automatically determine the tax code and tax amount. So in Vim also it will do the same things, but it will call through BAPI in
Okay.
background.
Yep, yep. But the BOPI is we use right before the invoice is posted, right?
Yeah,
It's
that is
yeah.
already open text configurations. We don't need to have bother.
I think your voice
Correct?
is cutting out.
Sorry.
So, sorry, what did you say?
It's already configured in Vim.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay, because
And
I
I
was
think
talking to someone. Oh, sorry, and they said there needs to be some kind of customization from Vertex to Vim for Vertex to Vim integration, and that's why I was
that's
confused.
no. It's done just like I have also configured Vertex.
Hmm.
Okay. But that's depend how they think because uh, I cannot go in details for this class. Okay. Later,
Okay,
if
okay. Yeah, yeah. Later, you can
I will
explain.
give you all the details how
Uh-huh.
it should be configured. Okay, because OpenText provide okay the procedure different types. You can actually
Hmm.
do the SAP logic. So if you already configured in SAP, then you don't need to do anything. You just pass to SAP. Then it will take all the things what is done in Miro or FB60.
Okay,
Correct.
okay, okay. Thank you.
You are welcome. Next step. This is called the exception handling. Exception handling means whatever data is missing here or some price discrepancies are there, it will not pass in the next step. It will stop here. That's need to be corrected here. I already told you for that different roles already actually configured in the system. Like suppose we already discussed how Vim role, role, like AP, validator, name is different, but concept is same like that. Next, if is passed all that exception handling, then it's come to approval process. Now, what is approval? Suppose if you want to pay 10,000 USD, then maybe it's not required for company to approve. But if it is 10,000 above the 10,000, then we need to approve. Correct? For those cases, it will go to the approver and approver first need to approve, then it will post in the system, then it will pay to that particular vendor. This is the whole process. It's done by him. Now, do you have any questions, any doubt? You can ask me. And we can actually, in training, we will go in detail. Any questions for anyone? No question?
Hey, hi, Pankaj.
Yeah,
I'm
tell me.
audible?
Yeah,
Yeah, this is
yeah.
Shankar. Yeah. So, for SAP, like I'm very new to the SAP. So I just heard that there are some projects kind like implementation and rollout and upgradation and support and some are. So like in implementation, I heard there will be like business blueprint. So how it will be working in future, like for me, just like basic knowledge, I just wanted to know.
Sorry. Come again.
Like in Vim or any module, there will be a
Hmm.
business blueprint is there, it seems. Am I
Yeah,
correct?
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So how it will be implemented? Like I don't know actually. So I just wanted to know how it will be work.
I will tell you because some of them already working in 14 years, so they already know. Suppose if somebody want to do something, then first the requirement, they have some requirement, then we have some workshop there to discuss the requirement, and we actually first study the feasibility. Feasibility study means, do we able to convert those requirements into our system or not? That is called the feasibility study. If we think, okay, this can be done this way, then we actually design the blueprint, okay, or it's called the design template. Then it's need to be approved by the who are the user. Here the business user, we need to discuss. If they don't understand, then it's come to functional design. Functional design, functional guys actually do all the functional things, what we need to act to do this particular requirement. Then it's come, suppose we have already in SAP provide the standard things, we need to just configure. So only configurations will be enough to do all these stuffs. Now, for some cases, we don't have SAP or Vim is provided all the functionality. So what we need to do here? We need to do some customizations here. So that customizations need some code, above code or some other things. So that time we need to design the technical specifications. We'll pass to the technical persons in SAP, mostly in ABAP. So they will do the changes as per functional guys asks to implement. Then this way we actually implement the whole solutions.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you.
Got it or not?
Got it. Got it. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Now we are already over 6 minutes. I just need to wrap up. Now I think you able to understand whole things here. This slide. Now I will not go in deeper because it will not actually give you much things. Look, DP, this is more technical part. Okay. Now look, in Vim, what are the different portions are there? Here is maintaining. Index item config, DP document. What is any document is coming into Vim, that is called the DP, document processing. Suppose any invoice come, first its register means one unique ID created. That is called DP document. Nothing. It's simple, but its naming conventions it may confuse. But you think, suppose you have created something there. Suppose just naming, you have a unique name. Why? In your family? Because so when someone asks using your name, you should respond. Just like the same, DP document means nothing, a unique ID, unique number. That document type is created. Now, what is document type? Document type means, if you know already in SAP or in general also, what kind of actually document type is there? One is PO. That means we raise some PO to vendor and vendor sent the items according to the PO. In PO, it's already defined the rate, price, net price, total amount, how many quantity they need to send. That is called the PO document type. Another type of things are there, what is called NPO. NPO means which is not pure. Non-pure, which is not related to that pure. That means we will not create any pure for that particular expense. What kind of expense are there for a non-pure? Like suppose you are paying some bills, company paying some bills, electricity bills. Electricity company is raising some PO for this? No, you have the bills already. So for or rent, suppose company rented some office in Bangalore or some other place, so they need to pay this rent. So this kind of payment, it's not raising PO. So this kind of payment is done through non-PO document. So in him also, in SAP also, these two type there, and him also support this PO document type and non-PO document type. Another type is there, is called Mani. Can you tell what another type? This is called
Sorry, I missed your question. Apologies,
down
I was
payment.
on a call.
Okay. No. I am telling that document type. What is document type? Is SAP one. How you buy or pay the vendor using either using PO, correct?
Yep, or non-POs.
For non-PO, suppose rent, electricity bill,
Hmm.
some other same some something like some legal fees.
Services. Yep.
Service can be PO. In PO, two type of things. One is material type, another is service PO. Service also can actually do using the PO. Okay, but
Yeah.
suppose electricity bill, rent, some legal fees, that cannot be raised a PO. That is done. Company need to payment in other way. That all payments are come into category non-PO document. Correct.
Hmm.
Another is there, down payment. I will not tell about this down payment because most of the company not using down payment scenario. Down payment is nothing. First I will pay some lump sum amount, then it will actually just deduct as per their service or as per their actually they sending the material to us. This is called the down payment. For more discount, these kind of things are there. I will not go there because this is the first class. If I go there, then you will be lost.
Yeah.
So
And quick
these
question
kind
for
of
down payment, it just creates a noted item, right? This down payment request.
yes.
Yeah, this down payment request will create a noted item, right? And once we receive the
Yes,
invoice, we
yes.
apply against that one. Yep.
Another number of things are there. Look, blanket PO, limit
Oh, yeah.
PO. I think okay. No, if we go there,
We'll
it
keep
will be
going on
endless.
for another hour. Yep.
Okay, so this is first class. I don't want to go in that way. It will just give for other persons. It will not actually enjoyable. So this, you just think that payment can be done either creating a PO or non-PO. So these are the internal part. So suppose we already some role is there. Look, process type to role. I don't actually tell all these things because it will be lost. Because if you want to learn, then I will go step by step, then it will be good. But as a whole, this is the whole process of him. This only I actually give all the details, so you just able to know the whole process, not the details. If you go in the details this class, you will be lost. Then you will be think, oh my god, Bhim is so complex. But no, if we go step by step, this is very easy. Okay, so any questions, any doubt? So this,
For the
I'll
training,
take your name. So this, do you have any questions? How do you think?
No,
And
no, sir.
any questions? If you have any doubt, can you please ask?
No,
But I am telling you, this is, if you learn step by step, this is very actually simple things. And in market, you will get real demand is there. Now it is the hot cake in the market because all the now big companies are implementing these beam solutions. And I will just give you, it's good because beam configurations is like way, because you will also learn the configuration who was the FI guys, they have actually don't have problem because they know the full FI process. But who doesn't have any experience, don't bother, you will
okay,
learn.
okay. I
I
have one
also
doubt.
same.
Can I ask now?
Yes.
Okay, thanks. Actually, I don't know about SAP. I have passed out 1 year my post graduation 2022 and now I am learning SAP VM Open Text. Now I can learn this course. I can learn easily and it is possible.
Yes, possible, because
Actually, I
look,
don't know SAP. That's why I'm asking.
no, I am telling you,
Okay,
if you know the him, okay, yes, it's,
okay,
I can tell you, since if you know the SAP, then it will be easier for you. But if you don't know SAP, that doesn't mean that you will not able to learn this, because this is a different package which is built on SAP. So if you know how all the configurations, all the things, then you will, when you using this, then you will able to learn the some portion of or FI needed here. I am also technical person back 14 years. Okay,
okay,
but I
okay,
have started using Vim. Then I automatically, you will growing up and you will learn the then the FI, because you will interact with the FI people, peoples. And in Vim also, it's just, if you click there, it will take you to that particular transactions code. That's not a big actually issue for you, big deal for you. Just
okay,
need to know the whole process and you need to practice.
okay,
And I will suggest another thing. If you could also take some actually FI things in parallel, then I
okay,
don't think it will be helpful to you and you will able to learn the whole Vim process.
okay. I know just some basics of FICO, just know that's only.
Yeah, that's is sufficient. You don't need to be a master of FICO, because for that FICO person is there. You only the Vim consultant. That means, because Vim use the FICO, but you don't need to do all this FICO part. I am also not a
Okay,
FICO consultant.
okay, 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 thanks.
You are welcome. Anyone? If no, then we can close this session. Subbu, do you want to
mm,
say something here? It's really good experience for me to actually just meet you and give a brief, not detail, about the theme and full process.
mhm.
Okay.
So
I
for the
don't.
training, quick question. For the training,
Yeah.
are you guys going to provide us any ebook anything or any, I mean, apart from config notes, what else are you guys going to provide us?
Subbu, Mani, I think you have the open text configuration guide, correct?
No, no, I don't have it.
Okay, okay. If because you are using, then I will
No.
provide you the open. Yes,
Hmm. Okay, okay. No, no,
I will
our
provide
company is
the.
implementing.
Okay, okay. I will provide you open text configuration file. Okay,
Hmm. Okay, thank
which
you.
is actually the product from open text.
Yeah. And for the server access, we will get the access on ECC or it will be on S4 for this training purpose.
Subbu, I think it will be ECC, and I don't think that will be
Hmm.
much different from S4. Okay,
Okay.
because I already mentioned this point that S4 it is change in the technical portions.
Hmm.
Okay, suppose in ECC it's using the table structure row wise, but in S4 HANA it's use the CDS view, all the technical portions, and you are not the technical persons to do all these technical changes. Correct? You will be working in the open text standard configuration things and the functional portions. So
Hmm.
that will be actually taken care by ABAP.
Okay.
Okay. Subbu, you are in mute. Maybe Subbu is not there. Okay, maybe Subbu has some difficulties to. Okay. Thank you all. Have a nice
Thank
day.
you. You too, buddy.
Hope we will meet again. Thank you.